Washington University in St. Louis is the home of the Henry Hampton Collection, a film and media archive that richly documents 20th century American and African American history. The university was awarded the archive in 2001, but the story of this cultural treasure goes back to 1965. As the world watched the civil rights movement unfold in Selma, Alabama, a young Henry Hampton recognized the historic implication of the events in which he participated. He also recognized the elements of a dramatic story: heroes and villains, violence, resistance, and courage. Witnessing the hordes of reporters and camera crews covering the movement, Hampton also became acutely aware of the power of film. 3 years later, in 1968, he established Blackside, a film production company in Boston. Blackside's early works were predominantly government films, public service announcements, and short documentaries. However, Hampton's experience in Selma stayed with him. In 1986, after years of advocacy and effort, he was able to complete Eyes on the Prize, the definitive work on the civil rights movement. The series was such a success for Hampton and Blackside that an 8-hour follow-up was completed in 1990. From 1990 until Hampton's untimely death in 1998, Blackside created a half-dozen programs and major multi-episode series, all to critical acclaim. Broadcast on PBS stations nationwide, Blackside's films received widespread viewership. The Henry Hampton Collection is multifaceted, containing a vast array of topics and media. In addition to Blackside's finished films, the archive contains all of the materials created during the production process. Blackside interviewed hundreds of people, gathering first-hand accounts of history. The archive includes these filmed interviews, as well as hundreds of pre-interviews or telephone conversations recorded in preparation for the filming. Blackside producers also scoured the country, searching archives, libraries, local television stations, and stock footage houses, identifying rare archival footage and photographs of the events described in their films. The archive also contains other materials used by producers as their films took shape, including books, articles, and videos used for research, and binders of source material used for fact-checking. Hundreds of files document Blackside's internal operations, illustrating the decision-making processes of the Blackside production teams. These include production schedules, budgets, and consultant reports. In addition, through outlines, treatments, and scripts, one can witness the various manifestations and changes to individual stories as Blackside shaped them for the screen. Finally, distribution of the final programs, outreach, and education were a large component of Blackside's activities. Hampton and Blackside were very interested in the impact their programs had on their audiences. They kept track of reviews from newspapers and magazines, viewer letters, and radio and television appearances of Hampton and his team. The Henry Hampton Collection illustrates not only the documentary production process, but also the lives and stories of significant actors on American, African, and African American history and culture. Researchers are invited to take advantage of this unique resource housed at the Film and Media Archive of Washington University in St. Louis.